Langit
Ang
ulit siya.
gibatin. Langit
sir.
ulit sa imong gibati. Bata pa gani mo, daghan mo gipambati. Excuse me.
Kalinturod ka, sir.
Pintura pod mo?
Sipon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ako wala naman, sipon na lang ubo ang nabilin.
Ako, sir. Gikantura
Ano
ko.
sa sunod?
Ako, sir, giganura ko.
Uy.
Ako, sir.
Sa
Uy, unsa
weather,
man eh,
manggod ni ba?
pangkalitura na.
Mga weak
Sa
shit.
weather, sir.
Sir, sa panahon na,
Tingnan
sir.
lang, manggod. Sige,
Ako baby,
magugulan.
kalitura po siya. Mao ba?
Sige, nag-cellphone, sir.
sige.
Sige, cellphone.
Ubos sipon. Oo, tapos screen time, mas stress mong utana. Sige lang, importante nga wala tanya biyahe. Okay, sige. All right, so let me do this quick lang para sa tawag ani. Yeah. So let's start. Okay, so let's review before we'll proceed. By the way, our discussions for today would be as the string as well as the string functions. So what makes string a special data type? And then after that, we will also be discussing about decision structures. Though ang decision structures will be discussed supposedly in the next module or in our next discussion. So i-pre-advance na po siya sa tuang sa tuang klase. Okay? So but before that, let us again first get to review our the things that we have been doing so far. So let's start with creating a program. All right. So again, if you guys have questions, you may interrupt me. So okay na sa kuha, no problem. And then yeah, so using namespace. You should have included use_name.h using namespace standard. And the word mita joke lang, right? Right. So okay. So last time we have discussed about the basic input output of C++ programming. No? So this time, as I've told you, again, we're gonna be discussing two string as well as the selection structures or decisions. But before that, let's again review muna the things that we have discussed so far. Yeah, mali tayo discuss so far, no? Last time because video recording lang po atong sana. I just sent you video parang synchronous session, no, recorded na mo sa mong other class. Now today, we will expound further other things, no, sa atong discuss last time. Okay, so let's say for an instance, we are going to let's say this. Yeah, so let's create a program. Let's say for an instance, we ask the user to enter name, course, and then let's say makita sa iyang age, and then we are going to also accept so tama, no, latong last time prelim, and then we have midterm and final G. Yan. And then we will get the average. So this time ang focus nato would be i-format nato ato ang output into kung pila ka decimal places. So like for an instance, di ba, there are instances na ato ang numbers or ang values na after calculating the average, ang numbers na mo appear would be daghan of decimal places. So atong kwaon lang is we are going to extract only up to 2 decimal places. So to actually do that, we are going to use, okay, which is later on ato siyang anon. So this time, we are going to create a program that would accept muna name of your name, All right, so we have your name. Let's see out. Have your age. Sorry. A course ata. Okay. Ano mano? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Sige, paminaw lang mo.
Onsa siya
Paminaw lang mo
blurred.
dra ha. Blurred?
Cellphone naman ko akong gamit,
Blurred,
sir.
guys? Aw,
Okay na, sir. Okay na, sir.
ato na ako blurred.
Safety mo ko akong
Sige.
gamit, sir.
Tapos, okay. And then we have here, age, and then, mangayo ta sa user og inputs like yahang grades, no? So we have here. We have prelim grade, tapos midterm, and then final grade. So, iisa na lang nato siya. We have prelim, midterm, and then final G. And then we want to, of course, get the average, no, of this grades. So last time, ano atong gibuhat, or among gibuhat, not in your class, but in the other class, pero ato lang i-ansa na. Prelim plus midterm plus final G. Okay, so this time we're gonna be output nato siya sa, so you have your name, tangan siya gamay. Your name, and then we can have /n para move siya to the next line. So we have course /t, then para mag-plus star siya, no, pantay iyahang placement sa ansa na tumutang siya /t, and then we have here ito na siyang butangan dre og students information. So we have course /t, and then you have here course /n, age /t, and then you have age. Oops. And then you have here and mana to sa age na okay, age tama diyan sa tataman, age blah blah blah, and then siyang i-display ang iyahang sa mani headline, and then you have here arrange nato siya gamay. All right, after that okay, putang na to ang iyang grade. Let's say we have prelim, midterm, and then you have your /t and final G. Okay, and last is the average. So average. All right, so let's run our program and let's see what is the output. But before that, let's have this as grade. Grade na lang. So this time we ask the user to input the value of the name. So let's say we have Anne. So course, BS astronaut, BS nursing na lang. So 12. Okay, so for prelim, midterm, and final, so dapat di ay nag-enter, nag-backslash n ta. Anyway, just wait. So let's say 98, usap na lang ta. Sige, tag-backslash n. Okay, so let's run the program now, and then we have here, what happened? Oh, okay. See, okay. Sa mga new, already ay. Wala pong terminator. Okay, so let's run again, and so you have here and 12, age, oh, wala noon, course man noon. So prelim, let's say 98.34, 96 no? And then 90.34. So it's as expected, you have here, kung napansin ninyo natay, yahang grade would be 95.0077. So we could actually format this one into up to the output or our data, or ang average could only is parang up to 2 decimal places lang iyang i-output. So pwede nato na siya buhaton. The same thing with others, no? Kani sila. Pero ang focus na nato karon is for the average. Okay, so medyo pangit ang cluster, no? Pero yeah, inanaon natin siya. Atong tataan o kanang atong program. Ang ato siya o gwapa-gwapa gamay. And then prelim na to would be ato siya gwapa-gwapa po gamay. No, para nice siya tanawon. Okay? Sige. So if that's the case, what we are going to actually do is we are going to call set precision. So this time, 4 means set precision, you will take out only 4 digits. So then 2 decimal places. Yan. So let's do this one. By the way, set precision is used for formatting or setting the values of our double value floating point into a certain decimal place. So the library for this one is iumanip.h or iumanip. IU or input output manipulation. Okay? So IU, again, IU manip. Yeah, so let's run. Kasama ng F11 ako. Direct. Command F11. So hindi ko familiar ning Windows. Ay, wait. Hindi tayo mo gana ang mga shortcut case theory. Alright, so we have here name and okay, so let's say BSIT, climate 3, okay, prelim grade 98.43, 44, 89 point, blah, 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 90.23. So after that, you have here, you only have, so for your average, you have here, okay, mo na yung bahala, cluster, format, ano sa inyong output. So you have average 92.73. So, na-extract mo ang ano into 2 decimal places. Okay? So, yeah. So, I guess that's it for formatting our output. Now, there's actually problem with this one. It's for an instance, mag-input ta o value ni Ann, let's say ang apelyido ni Ann is Fortis. So as you can see, it skips the course for taking an input from the user and niato siya directly to age. So because in this case, na ano sa tong compiler that it has actually 2 words. So for string, especially like this, if this will occur, this would actually tell the compiler that there is white space in between. Di ba remember kung mag-input ta for prelim, midterm, and final G kanina, pag space na to, meaning is separate na siya na value. So, meaning ana, kung ato ni siyang ipadayon, ang value karon ni course is Cortis because na-skip ni Ann is the name, the course is the Cortis. May idiretso niya to sa age. Okay? So, para ang output nato or ang ato ang para we are able to actually what they call this one accept or process 2 words na inputs, especially for names, no, or kung gusto ka na yang anon is up to pila ka line, pila ka words or pila ka words ang dawaton like Anchor, Smith, mga ana. So we could actually change our input statement into something like this one. Okay, so get line and then cin and then name. So in this case, you're telling your compiler that you get the entire line for your input statement. And that will be stored in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Spirit. That is going to be stored in your name, no? So get line means you are going to get the entire line of that name in that name for your input statement, and it will be stored to your name. So when you run this one, let's say Ann Ortiz Smith. So, okay na yung program. BSCS 23, ayan, prelim. Ayan, so that's it. Question. You have questions?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Mm.
Ang
Sir,
sige na
Like
set precision, sir.
If so, same lang po if course, di ba? Yes. Same. So, mas okay kung get line siya for course. Kung entire course yung ibutan, like Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Yes, sa itong mga questions ninyo?
Kasi
Yung
kahit
sa
ang pasabot sa set precision, sir.
set precision. Ang set precision, kasi kung ang set precision is para ma-format na to ato ang output, especially katong na decimal point into digits, no? Kung ano niya ang pila ka digits ang maggawas sa imong program. So in your case, so kung ang 4 meaning 4 digits ang mag-appear sa imong program. So duha ka probably 2 digits para sa left hand, and then sa point nimo is remaining 2 digits, which is mao lang 2 decimal places. So kung as the more na imuhaning ano like 8 or 6, output ko ani niya 6 digits po siya. So which is mao nang mugawas unya sa last sa 6 digits without joke lang. So example we have like na po Ben Stiller ES sa course kung entire course Bachelor of Science gusto nimo inana pwede no. So 19 90.34, 89 point, and then 78 point. So, kung napansin mo, you have, ang set precisions na to is now 6. So, meaning 6 digits siya, 2, 4, 6. Ana siya. Nakuha for set precisions. Nakuha,
Okay,
class?
sir, nakuha.
Okay. Sige, unsa pa? What else? Napay questions?
Nasa chat, sir.
Nasa chat. Hindi na lang yun istorya. Basta may sakit akong heart. So, pwede na di ay di na mag sharp include string. Dati, kailangan mo siya i-include ang string kasi it's not part of the built-in sa C++. No? I mean, dili siya, it's a library, no? Basically like that. Pero this time, by default, pwede na nimo siya i-appeal because it's now part of, automatically pwede na nimo siya ma-appeal as component or as because it's a data type. No? Dati, kailangan nimo na siya ibutang jud siya string. But today, depende na sa imong compiler na gamiton. Na ay compiler na strictly kailangan nimo i-declare or state ang string. Okay, katong mga new compilers, no need na. Okay? Do you have any other questions? So why string is special? Kasi si string, naana siya yung mga, unlike other, like age, no, prelimit term, sa C++, even sa Java, kan si string special na siya kay, it's a series of characters. In fact, kaning mga numbers, they are considered as characters or considered as string. Pwede nato na siya string. Like, for an instance, ang age, pwede nato siya string, no? I mean, anyway, we don't calculate age, di ba? Pwede nato na siya on as string. Yan. So, it doesn't matter, okay? Kasi, anyway, non-calculation or non-calculated value man ato ang age. If non-calculated value atong age, therefore, pwede na siya as string. Unless mag-calculated value ka sa age, that's the time, himuon mo siyang int. Okay? So, if non-calculated, pwede na mo siya string. Okay? So, para na. No? Although mag-input ka o let's say 12, pero 12 is considered as a string, kay string man siya, so pwede inana na siya. Pero pag abot sa data ni mo na, 12 lang yun na siya, wala siya double quotation, of course, no? We are the only ones na nakabaluan na as a programmers. Now, karon, another special about the string is that you can call, so though dili siya pareha sa Java na madyudaghan kaayo siya og functions, pero halos pareha gyapon kung mas daghan lang jud sa Java. Pero dire, like for an instance, you have here ato siyang ano sa niya, i-comment. Another thing, what's important about string is that, let's say for an instance, kay values, let's say string str equals string str lang, and then mangayo tag input from the user, enter string, let's get line in str, and then see out, tapos str, and then So we can copy paste this one and then pwede na to tawagon ang length, no? So length of the string, okay, meaning kung pila ang length niya. This is similar to if you call size, pwede put size, str.size. So, siya, okay? And there's actually a lot more, no? So append, bilang sumpay, and compare, and there's actually more of that, no? So pero ang basic na matawag na to sa ila is any size and length. Another way or another way of extracting string is that we can extract string to its character. Diba? String is a series of characters. So saying if it is a series of characters, therefore, if we have a string value na, let's say, John Paul, the size of John Paul is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including this one, white space, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is 9. And then, the first character starts at 0. Okay? And ang iyang last character is length minus 1. So ang length niya is 9 minus 1, 8. So 0 to 8 na siya ang John Paul. So to prove to yun, ana siya. So we have str0. Ayan. And then, sige, ato apang apilan og, let's say, kapila maning space. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. O, ika 4 ang space. So we have str4. Tapos, let's say, kuha na to ang u. That is 7. Okay, so 8 man ang L. So ang u, therefore, is 7. So we have str7. Alright, so let's run the program now. And yeah, so let's say we have John Paul. So there, no? So you have here, sorry, asa naman to? So we have John Paul. So 9 ang ihang length. And then ang ihang first character is J, which is str0. str4 is katong space and in between John and Paul. And then ang U is the 7th character of that string. Ayan. So that's it. Any question? Wala. Alright, so that is for
Ay, sir.
yes.
Ang int ug ang double kay same lang, no?
Numeric, meaning integer sila. I mean, pareha sila numbers, numerical value, pero ang double is with decimal value, decimal point, ang integer whole numbers.
Sir,
Yes,
pa-SS
sir.
ko, sir.
Hmm?
Pa-screenshot ko, sir.
I
Sa asa?
Kana, sir.
Picture na lang ninyo.
i-post nimo sa
I-post ba nako?
Baba lang, sir.
yes, sir. I-post nimo sa YouTube.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Nain man kayo kung feeling karon niya pangit kay ko sa YouTube. Although kano sa man ko nagwapo pero
Di okay ra, sir.
Only
Sir,
student,
sa
sir. Only
purpose
student.
atong ayumanit.
I-post
Ayaw
na lang, sir.
manip. Para to siya sa set precision.
Kung magamit ka
Library.
gamit atong ayumanit.
Kung magamit ka ng set precision, para to siya sa ayaw manip. Para sa ayaw manip is para sa set precision. So, muna akong ginayon sa inyo na every time na may declare ng mga libraries na kailangan siya, functions na kailangan siya libraries, so mo itong nag-ingon sa, sir, dili na, pwede na i-apply lang string, pwede na, dati kailangan mo na siya i-apply lang string, karon pwede na wala, depende sa imong compiler, sa imong GCC compiler. Okay, yeah. So, sir, for kay wala naman ako i-apply si set precision, pwede na wala na, di na ako naibutang. Yes, pwede na nimo dili na ibutang siya dira. Okay? All right, any question?
Na, sir.
Okay, good. So now let's proceed to na ba mo'y question about arithmetic operators? Do you want me to expound it? Katong wala naman, no? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, kabalo naman tana, di ba? Tapos you follow PMDAS. Okay, kana siya. Okay na ta, dili na nato na ano dire.
Sige sir, sige pa sir. Taso kita tagtan.
Ah,
Sir.
so time pero ang naghihinalo naman ko joke lang. So we have
Ay,
here,
okay lang po sir.
okay, wait out. So example, di ba? Sige, this time naman isa akong gihatag sa inyo sa unsani katong ipa-trace na ako sa inyo activity. So arithmetic operators. So anyway, ano na to gamay arithmetic operators. Okay, so let's say for an instance, diba, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So as we all know, pag let's say 2 plus 3, okay, 2 plus 3 is 5, tama ba? Okay,
Yes, sir.
ayan, so, and then, kung naakay, let's say, 7 divided by 2, that is, ilang result, ani? Division, so naatay, duha ka result, so, when you divide 7 by 2 with all whole numbers, ang result ani is whole number po. Okay? Pag ani siya, ang result ani is with decimal point. Okay, so with decimal value or decimal value ang result ani. So, ira na to. So, assuming ha, pwede nimon siya input, assuming lang na constant value ato mga numbers na ibutang dira. So we have here compile na to siya and then you have here, yeah, so ikusap sa na kayo itong butangan o print end line. Let's run this one and so there you are. So kung napansin nyo, first line na to sa line 6, 3. So whole number siya. Though dapat ang result is 3.5. Pero sa programming, basta gani, ma-recognize na sa itong compiler na whole number tanan nimong divisor as well as dividends is integer lang na iyang i-display. Pero pag nagani na siya any, no? Any na decimal point, i-follow dahil na niyang decimal point. So dapat, meaning, automatic i-treat dahil na sa ato ang compiler na with decimal point ang result. Which is, ang tinuod is dapat 3.5 ang result sa 7 divided by 2. But sa programming, it depends on the it depends on the your program, the way you program it, no? So paraan consider na siya as integer. So mo nang difference sa integer o sa decimal point. So kani integer division, kani division. Why integer division man kasi puro sa integer. Kani division pure, okay, which is in real world mao jud ni ang tama. Okay? Another one is katong sa remainder. So ang uban na medyo palibog pa sa remainder. So ang remainder or modulus division, so natay integer division na po tayo ginatawag na modulus division. So when we talk about modulus division, ang kwaon ani niya remainder. Dapat spelling? What's the spelling sa modulus? O, yan. So modulus division is 7 divided by 2 but the remainder will be returned. So kung unsay remainder after nimo gi-divide ang out 7 by 2, then mao to ang result. So let's say for an instance, you divide 7 by 2 pila? 3, no? Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, yes.
Tapos, 3. Tapos, ako naman yung discuss last time sa flowcharting yata. Oo. Tapos, after that, ang result is 3. Tapos, 3 times 2, that's 6. 7 minus 6, that's 1. So, ang result ani is 1. So, ato ananing na ano last time. So, medyo wala lang siya end line. Ato na end line. Yan, no? So 1. So another example para let's say we have 15 divided by 3. O, pila may result ani? Modulus to 3 is
0.
0. Very good. Okay, so I guess okay na mo. So another is when you do mixed expressions. So if ever na ay mga mixed expressions sa programming, kailangan i-follow ang PEMDAS. Example, so namoy 1 plus 2 times 3 minus 5. May result ani? May result
2, sir. 2.
2. Okay. Kung sa unahon
2,
dapat
sir.
ani?
2.
Sa unahon dapat ani?
Multiplication, sir. 1 plus, ako sir, kay 1 plus 2 times 3 minus 5 equals 2.
Sige.
Multiply yun, sir.
Based sa rules sa mathematics, unahon ang multiplication. Excuse me, class ha?
Pa sa mathematics.
Okay. So, kani siya ang inyong tanaw na PEMDAS.
Break PM dash, sir.
Ha?
Need break PM dash pag magkuhan.
Yeah. Class mo inom sa og tubig kadiyot lang class ha.
Okay lang, sir.
Okay, sir. Parang sir. Hey, Tabinas.
Oh! Oh! Insay kamat yun nun.
Ako.
Manglamay mi ha. Uy, naka-record
Oh,
yun.
Wait lang.
1 to 1, Tabinas.
Give it.
Pait ng baga. Okay. Kalayan sa akong paminaw. Alright. So, I'm back. Again, PEMDAS. Pag ang expression class is, inaani siya, by the way. For the others na medyo familiar na ani, of course, paminaw sa mo kay ang uban di pa kayo familiar. Pag magsabay gani na ang addition o addition and subtraction dala. Pag addition subtraction, mag-uban gani na siya left to right imuhang left to right lang kadayon, left to right. Okay? That's if addition subtraction. Para ni addition subtraction diretso ka left to right lang. Okay? So diretso ka left to right. Example ana. So ano lang nimo 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 3 plus 5 8 minus 3 5. Okay? So this expression is left to right. Why? Kasi addition, subtraction. Regardless kung nauna ba si subtraction or si addition, parehara na sila. Okay? So, yan. Next, kay pareha naman sila higher precedence. Tama ba? 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, 3 plus 5, 8 minus 3, 8. Okay? 5. So, pag mag-uban regardless if mag-una man si subtraction, it doesn't matter, pareha sa precedence. What if si division po o si magsabay, let's say ato na lang 4 divided by 2 times 3 Okay, anak. Example, kana siya. So, dili pwede unahon nimo ang what we call this one, multiplication, because it should be left to right kasi higher precedence si multiplication and division. So, you divide 4 by 2, which is 2 times 3, which is actually 6. Okay? So, basta multiplication and division, left to right gapon ka. Okay? However, pag ayan, butang nato nig end line di ay kay sorry. Alright, so what if mixed expressions, no? So, pag mixed expressions na siya, meaning mag-combine na ang mga values. So, nanay na 4 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1. Example, inana. If that's the case, kailangan nimo i-apply ang okay, PEMDAS. But since walay PEMDAS nila, unahon nimo ang multiplication or division before nimo i-perform ang addition and subtraction. And after mahuman na nimo na i-left to right na rin. Ka example, para ani, 4 plus 2 times 3 minus 1. So since na ay higher precedence na multiplication, although walay division, if na ay division, in case lang, unahon dun nimo tong division and multiplication. So like this one, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? So, pag makuha na nimo ni siya, 2 times 3 is 6. Ang may tabuan na would be 4 as 6 minus 1, which is left to right na dayon ka kasi addition and subtraction naman lang nabilin. No? So, which is 9 ang result. So, later on atong i-try, no? Okay. So, pag nanay parenthesis, fully parenthesized na siya. Example, this one here. Anak na siya. So, PEMDAS na. Una, sa limong parenthesis before ka mag-perform of multiplication, division, then followed by addition and subtraction. So, example, we have 4 plus 2. That's actually 6. Okay. And then, 4 plus 2, 6 times 3, 8 minus 1. So, since kanidre is 6 times 3 is pila man na? We have 18 minus 1, that is actually 17. Okay, so i-run nato itong program. Oops. Ayan, so that's our output, no? So 17, 9, tapos 6, and 5, and then katong sa 0 for modulus division. Okay? So, inana ha pag mixed expressions na siya. Okay? May questions?
Answer.
None. Okay. So,
None, sir.
okay, good. So, for relational operators, we have, diba, sa relational operators, we have less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, not equal, not equal, ayan. So, mo ang mga, ano man not equal. So, mo ang mga relational operators. So, balo na tana kung sa pasabot ana, di ba? So, we have if mayroon taong 4 less than 5, ang result ani is true because 4 is smaller or less than 5. Okay, so pag ana 4 is greater than 5, it's false. Ang result ana is 0 because 4 is actually lower or less than 5 or lesser than 5. So that's relational operators, no? Pag inana 5 less than greater than 5, this is also true, false. Pag mayroong tag 5 less than 5, that this one is also false. Pero pag mayroong tag 5 is less than or equal to 5, this is actually true. Okay? So, example, we have, pasaning so, it's very important for you to read how to read relational operators kasi in our next topic later on, dito ninyo ni magamit siya, no? Especially pag mag-trace-trace ta og mga program. So you have here, let's say 5 less than 5. So ang result ani is actually false. False means 0 means false. Okay? Pag butang na gani kag 5 is less than, by the way, kailangan na itong parenthesis, no? Kay pareha yung symbol. So, kailangan na ito i-explicit. Butangan na ito siya. So, we have here, 5 less than 5. This is 1. It means it's true. Ayan. Kasi given naman na, dali lang man ang 5. Pag yung taog 10 greater than 5, true, dapat dito na. So, okay, 5 is equal to 5. Kung napadita isa na bilin, equal. Okay. So 5 is not equal to 5. This one is false. This is 0. Okay, and then so you have here. Wait, so this is 5 is equal to 5. So this is true. So mula na yung bantayan, no? Pag nanay equal, not equal, o nanay greater than or equal, or less than or equal. Pero pag mga normal gani na ng mga value, like we have 6 greater than 1. So kana, obviously, 6 is greater than 1. Obviously, that's true. Okay? So wala, di na ta mag-deviate, ana. So ira na to ni siya. So that's how, I mean, this is how your program or your C++ program reads your codes, no? So 0 means false, 1 means true, which is later on atuan na siyang i-apply sa tuang program. Example no na, example lang, atong buhaton is imo tag program that would let's say int x is equal to 5 and then the value of y is equal to 5, and then mao na tong i-represent direct na value ni x and value ni y, value ni x and value ni y. So the same with value ni x and then value ni y. At the same time, you have your value ni x and value ni y. So where do we use these relational operators? I mean this construct is actually used for creating decisions, no? So which is later on mali ako ang discussion. So example, pag mo ingon na count, if x is less than or equal to y, so what is the consequence? What are you going to do with that? So you are going to do whatever you want to display in this, if this is, or if this will be true or false. So this is you're supposed to be, I mean, dapat kabalo mo mag-read ana sa relational operators because that is used for creating decisions. So especially pag mag-create ka sa program nato, kailangan nato na i-test natin mga testing, i-test na to mga input, and if you don't know how to read our program, if you don't know how to read relational operators, there's a big chance na you arrive the wrong program. Okay? And then any display here, no? Yes, na question.
Sir,
Mm.
itong ipa-answeran gani mga kwan sir katong mga kag true ay 0, 1, false, 2 sir ba?
Mm.
Wala ba na ko to na butangag false or false sir o true sir? Okay ra to sir mga answer sir.
Okay naman. Okay na.
Okay sir, sige sir, salamat.
Sige. And then, okay na, no problem to. Basta program, sa C++, 0 false man, 1 true. Okay? Sa Java, true or false to siya. Anyway, so that's what we will use for decisions. And then, napunta isa ka operators na ginagamit for decisions, which is logical operators. So, kanina namang logical operators, these are used for compound expressions. Now, used for compound expressions. So, unsa lang compound expressions? Pag imuhang relational operators, duha na kabuok iyang i-evaluate. Okay, so natay and, or, and, not. Example, no? This one, as kani siya single expression lang man x, y. Di ba? Ganina sa arithmetic operators, pag kani simple expression, pero pag mixed expression, maglahi na. The same thing with here, pag magduha na gani imong expression, compound na, that's the time you will use and, or, and, not. Okay? So, ang kanilang inyong timan-an jud sa true sa logical and, logical or, and logical not. Okay? Pag logical and inyong gamiton, okay? Isa lang jud ang mag-true ana. Okay? Isa lang mag-true if both expressions are true. Okay? Example, nakay values, let's say, using and operator A and B, ang result ana is, so what's the result after that, no? True or false ba? So example you have, ang first expression nimo is 1. Okay? And then ang second expression nimo is 1, ang result ana is 1. So meaning true na siya. So both expressions are true, kaya siya and. Okay? So like house and lot. So both house and lot, no? You will own both house and lot. Okay? Yung ingon siya anak lang, no? So isa lang kabuok ang true. So which is kanilang nga expression. Ang A lang ang nag-true. Pero ang pikas na side is false. So false po na siya. Okay? Right? And then similarly, pag false ang isa ka side and then true ang isa ka side, you will have 0 or false. And then you have, see how much more kung 0 or both sila expressions are false. So false tanan. Example, gamito nimo ni siya sa, let's say we have x and y there dito sa taas, no? So is x less than, x is greater than or equal to 0, and x or y is less than or equal to, let's say 0. Or something like x na lang. Ana, example, inana imuhang ano na expression. So, given the value of x, which is 5 greater than or equal to 0, ang iyang result ana is true because 5 is greater than 0. Okay? And then is x less than 0? Okay? Sorry, di na ni 0. I-10 na to na siya. Let's say x is less than or equal to 0. What is the value of x? 5. Is 5 less than or equal to 10? So, another expression is also true. So, 1 and true or 1 and 1 or true and true. Pato ka sa iyang truth table. So, the truth table says that basta true and true ang duha ka expressions, ang entire expression ana will be also true. So, mo na inyong tan-aw. Anyway, dali lang kay basta true and true sa and operator, at sa time true ang entire condition. Pag nagani false sa isa ka condition, ana example lang, nagputang ta diri or ang y na to nag-change into like 15. So x is 0, which is 5 ang value sa x. Dako ba siya kaysa kay 0? That's true. So 1. And then x is less than 10. So nga naman x, y, banday dapat ito i-compare, no? So, si y na lang ito ibutang. Si y ito ibutang dire. Okay? And then, is it, oh yeah, or pwede po x gihapon, pero kani atong i-change. Okay? Kani siya, 5 lang ba or 10? Depende. So, x tanan sa atong dili sa si y. So, x is greater than 0, which is 15 true, pero is it less than or equal to 10? So, is 15 ba daw less than or equal to 10? That's false. So, therefore, kung false siya, ang entire condition, pag and operator, false po na siya. So, tanawin mo sa truth table, 1 and 0 or true and false, false na siya. So, mura lang na siya og katong ginaingon ako na if ang condition niya is pakaslan ka ni Junisha if naakay house and lot. So, mayon si Junisha sa imo, I'm gonna marry you if you have house and lot. So, if you have house and lot, both true na kay house at the same time na lot, true siya, so meaning pakaslan ka ni Junisha. If na kay house pero wala kay lot, dili pwede. Kasi kailangan present ang duha. If na kay lot pero wala house, di ka wala pwede. Okay? O how much more kung wala ka sa duha, di ka pakaslan ni Junisha. So that's for logical end. So gamiton gyapon nimo ni siya sa programming. I mean gamiton gyapon nimo ni siya sa imuhang condition. Example, we have mao ni imong gamiton if x is greater than or equal to 0 and x is less than or equal to 10. Okay? And then you will have your probably output statement or anything nga gusto niyo buhaton diri. So similar to here, gamiton nimo siya for decisions. So again, the basis for creating decisions are because of this relational and logical operators. So if you are able to read this relational and logical operators in that way, there's a big chance for you to really understand them or to create a program that is correct and accurate. Okay? Do you have any question? Yes, Daraman, Joseph.
Ay, sir, mga tanaw, sir. Kanang, unsa na programming language imong gamit, sir?
C++.
Mao lang, sir.
Oo, ano man.
Ay, wala lang, sir.
Kay C++ man gud ang ilahang ano diri sa John Paul, no? Ilahang first programming. So, yeah, it's C++. Ngano day karon pa
Okay, sir.
karon pa ka nagsulod?
Unsa, sir?
Karon pa ka nagsulod?
Dili, sir, right?
Sure, oy. At kung karon di pa karon nagsulod, agbay na mata nag-program. Anong sure, karon pa ka nagsulod, no?
Dili, sir, katong niagi, sir. Tana lang, sir.
Okay. So actually, si C++ at si Java, dili man sila dili lang sa lahi. No? In fact, para si Java, nangupyat na si C++ sa unang panahon. Nag-innovate na sa Java. So, bali, mura lang na siya.
Pilingon kay sir.
Dili man po. Mura lang na siya og si Kuan, Samsung og si iPhone. No, Samsung, Samsung sa TV raman na. Samsung, washing machine naman sa una, o manay cellphone. Nangupya siya og idea kang iPhone. No, di ba? Kaso-kaso ito sila sa una, pero nag-innovate si Samsung. Okay? Mura gyapon gina siya sa mga sabon-sabon. Sa una, ang sikat sa una fabric conditioner, Downy lang. Karon na yung mga Dell, na yung mga Surf. Ang Surf sa una, sabon lang na. Pero karon apil-apil na po siya og Fabcol. Yan, nag-innovate sila, no? So the same thing with sa programming. So sa una si C++, tapos copy ni Java, tapos here comes another programming languages like PHP. Yan. So if I were to really si C++ daghan jud ni og kanang motivation or influence sa mga programming languages today. Okay? Pero again, katong na mga nahimo na programming languages, napod sila gihimo to sila because they have their own purpose. Okay? So ayan, si Java karon although nag-copy lang siya ng idea and then i-innovate niya. Ika nga, good artist copy, great artist steal. Okay? Remember, ang problem dira is kung nag-copy lang ka tapos wala kay gi-improve, mo na problem. Kasi dili man that's not what we call innovation. Kasi nag-copy lang ka, similar lang. Like for an instance, mayingon ka og say o si shampoo sa mga shampoo karon, o let's say Sunsilk. So tapos naghimo kag another shampoo, Moonsilk. Change lang nimong pangalan pero pareha lang siya og flavor sa Sunsilk, pareha lang jud sila tanan pero change lang nimong pangalan, Moonsilk. So who would you expect na mogamit sa imong shampoo kung wala kay gi-change no? Wala kay gi-change sa imong shampoo. So mao nang uban, di ba? Himo og bag-ong shampoo like out of ang ilang motivation or influence is katong nag-exist na shampoo. So himo looks like shampoo, di ba? May shampoo with papaya extract, okay? Or sa bana, Head and Shoulder with fabric conditioner, o Head and Shoulder downy passion, o nana Head and Shoulder na makawalag panuhot, o may nana ba no, mag-innovate ta, okay? So syempre, what's unique feature of that, no? Out of copying someone's work. So in a similar manner sa programming class, pag kamo puhon, di man jud ta mo, I cannot stop you from doing this, na magka-close man jud mo puhon, no? Magka-close mo, mag-chat na mo, na kay program atong gipahimo ni sir, pwede ko pakopya, yun. So when it comes to that, no, ayaw pagdalo sa imong programs or codes, pero make sure lang na both parties agreed, and then at the same time, dapat don't let other person copy your codes without understanding it. Kung pwede pa, ipasabot sa iyaha unsa pasabot ng program, then pasabta pod ikaw pod na nangupya, sabta pod iyang programs, mangutana ka oy unsa na ini siya, para if ever na if ever na gusto niya i-change or i-customize, confident siya, i-customize, gusto niya i-change or i-modify ang program, confident siya na ma-change niya ang program. Kasi kung wala siya kasabot, dili na niya ma-change, kay mas hadlok man mo change. Basin ako ning kambyuan, basin mo di na ni mugana, di na ako ni kambyuan. Okay? So ana, no? Ana. So again, I don't stop you from copying codes. Okay na nang magkopya-kopya og codes na walay problem na sa kuha. Basta as long as you understand what you are copying. Okay? That's the most important thing there, no? Teamwork. Pero make sure lang na ang teamwork ninyo is na ay maayo nga naabtan sa inyong kinabuhi. Okay? Kasi kung hinala mo always, ngupya lang mo, karon wala pa may kopyahanay kasi wala pa kayo tayo program, pero in the future, bilang sige na kung hatag sa yung mga activities and all, and then tagbuhaton, magkopya-kopyahanay naman yun mo for sure. Labi na magka-close naman. Okay? So you have here the OR operators for OR. So similar lang, not similar but parang completely different siya kasi ang OR is either or, meaning bahala og wala. Bahala ka ng na false basta na isa true. So if that is the case, ang tulo niya, ang maging false lang siya if both wala or both false. So or no, meaning house or lot. Example, Junicia is going to marry you if you have house or either lot. So kung naa kay house, bahalag walay lot, pwede ra. Kung bahalag walay lot, basta na ay house, pwede ra pod. Bahalag walay house, basta na ay lot, pwede ra pod. Okay? Or how much more kung naa kay house or lot. Okay, pero what if wala kay house or wala ko kay lot? So dili kanya pakaslan. So that is all false. So similarly, we also we do that for creating decisions. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. So another is not, no, katong not na operator. Kaning not operator, if not zero, pag mayon siya not true, ihala na siyang himuhong false. Baliktaron, no? I-negate, no? So, nana sa akong activity, ito akong gihatag sa inyo. Please do that para masabtan ninyo. So, this time, we're gonna be creating a program that would do or create decisions. So, to move forward, we are going to create a have here return 0. And then, okay, so let's say for an instance, accept og mga, let's say, age. No? Okay, so this is age, age, evaluation na lang. Okay, so decisions. Okay, decisions or selection structure. So in programming, pag decision or selection structure, it's the same thing with our life, no? Our lives. So we are surrounded with decisions. Okay, the decision to wake up, no? The decision to take medicine if we are sick, the decision to take a bath, the decision to move on, no? Okay, the decision to love someone, diba? The decision to hate someone. So we are surrounded with decisions. In fact, ato ang life daw, it's a series of if and else if statements. Every day yun na, no? Kinabuhat nato ang ano. We always take decisions. So that's in real life. And that's what we can also apply or do to our programs. So we can teach, if we can teach our programs, or if we can teach computers to think, to decide on its own through our codes, then you are able to come up with a good or arrive a good application, because the computer now has this artificial intelligence, no? Na siya artificial na decision making. Okay? And that's the so kumbaga, you are what you write. Okay? Sige. So this time, we're gonna be creating a program that will take decisions. So example, mga input from the user. So you have here input, age, right? And then i-determine nato unsa ang value ang age. So let's say we are going to determine if ang age is minor or major. Bitaw minor or adult. Example, no? We have like this. So if that is the case, you could say something like age is an adult. If age is less than 18, that's minor. Okay? O, ayan, no? Let's say, may yung butangan mo name, o assuming input daw ang name, pero ato lang butang pangalan daw, kunuhay si Indonesia. Ani mo age, name. Hi. I name your age. You are, I name your age is age. You are a minor. So hi, name your age is you are a minor. So if i-run na to ni siya, so yan, age, let's say 15. So 15, based on our input, 15 ang value sa age, so it will be stored to age. So is 15 less than 18? So given sa akong gi-explain kanina sa operators, relational operators, ang result ani ni age is less than 18 is actually true, which is 1. So therefore, anything na true is iyang i-process as what? I-process niya as true, then therefore anything that you put inside of that if black will be executed. So that's why it's like, hi, Junisha, your age is 15, you are a minor. Okay? So, hi, Junisha, your age is, oh yan. Okay? So, ayan, that is the if condition. So this is what we call one-way if. Okay? One-way if or tinatawag itong single if. Okay? So, there's only one condition or one if statement. But what if nag-input ka og age, sorry, sa mali. What if nag-input ka og age na dili siya true and it is like mahimo siyang false. Example, nag-input ka og 23. So the value of your age is 23. Is 23 less than 18? So, syempre si 23 is bigger than 18. Therefore, dili siya true. Therefore, false. So, kay since false man, pag enter ni Wana, it will execute nothing or it will display nothing. Why? Kasi you don't put a consequence. Okay? So, it's similar to when we create decisions. Kung mahatag tag condition sa isa ka tawo, unsay consequence. Okay? So if ang consequence or if ang condition is na meet sa tao, ang imong condition is na meet sa tao based sa imong gihatag. So naay consequence, mao na ang consequence. If wala kay consequence, then nothing happens. Okay? Pero if you want na butangan nimo siya consequence, or let's say magbutang kag another statement, that's another consequence or another block of statement. So example, no? Dili siya 18 and you want to dili siya less than 18 and you want to display the age with that particular particular input na you are an adult. If dili below 18, probably adult na siya. Okay? So i-close. So this time is now what we call two-way if. A two-way if. Example, when you run this one and your input is 23, kanina ang 23 wala tayo display, karon na ana. So, hi Junicia, your age is 23, you are an adult. So, that's two-way because we have another consequence. So, meaning if this is false, kung i-evaluate niya as false, kayo, dili siya less than 18 si 23, therefore, proceed siya sa else statement. Which is, mali mong ibutang sa else statement, mauna siya ang i-execute sa inyong program. Okay? Do you follow? Nakuha, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Okay, so wala na question. Unsa gani ang use sa end? Ang use sa end, magamit nato na siya for two expressions, no? If naatay duha ka expressions for and, mao na magamit nato na siya. Later on ato siyang gamiton. Okay? All right, next is we have let's say we have multiple ifs. So unsa lang multiple ifs? Ang multiple ifs naman, multiple ifs is anything na you have if, else if, else if, else if. So daghan na kag choices. Dili lang isa, dili lang duha. Kanina isa lang. So imong choices, kanina isa lang, no? So pag ngayon si Junisha lang imong choice, siya ra jud imong choice, wala na kay lain. Okay? So, pero if na kay other choice, let's say si Junisha imong isa ka choice, then ang isa si Kiray. So si Kiray imong isa ka choice. Okay? So meaning pag dili true ang isa nga para maging kamo ni Junisha, dili siya pwede or dili siya pwede ana, do you proceed ka sa other, which is ang else is actually no choice. Sa multiple if is you have multiple options. Kag choices, no? Depende kung asa dito mag-true. So example, ato ani himuon o into multiple choices. So let's say we have 0 and then you want to okay, let me change this one to program na series of if na siya. So we have, let's say 0. Your age is you are, so pwede nato, you are a fetus. Ayan. Else if, so this one, another if condition, else if, so we have age is less than, let's say, ang iyahang ano is less than or equal to 10. So this time, kung less than or equal to 10, this is childhood. You are a child. Else if age is less than or equal to 18, 17. Pwede na po less than 18, anak. Pwede na po less than 18. Okay? So less than or equal to 18. So if inana, less than or equal to 18, hi, name, your age, 17 lang ni siya. Tayo para. You are a teenager. So let's say we tupanin mo another multiple if statements. Let's say if you want to determine kung adult, no? Pwede mo siya apel. You are an adult. So if you want to expand more, pwede mo siya ng like up to 100. So you are a senior. So of course you cannot have all the numbers, no? Para sa tanan sa like ano pa nimo ang ubang tanan numbers or conditions. So that's the time mag-else ka. Meaning kaning else is when everything turns you out, no? And when everything or when everyone is turning out, no? Or when everyone is parang wala not true. I mean for when everyone is giving you parang false, no? So CL statement mao na ni siya ang someone or somebody na adra always sa imuha if ever man everyone is rejecting you. Di ba hugot kayo. So inana. So probably if dili siya belong to that conditions, false tanan, kani si else ang ano. So your age is, you are probably, butang na nato, probably dead. Okay? Yeah, so when we get to run this program, before nato i-run ang program, so let's say for an instance, mag-input taog 5. Okay, is 5 less than 0? False. So, pag 5, no? So, dito siya sa else if. So, is 5, which is the value of age less than 10. That's true. So, no niyang i-display. Hi, name, your age is 5. You are a child. Okay? So, mayroon siya og 15. So, balik sa 15 is less than 0. False. Is 15 less than 10? False. So, ato siya sa next na condition, is 15 less than or equal to 17. That's true. Therefore, i-display niya, hi, blah, 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 your age is, you are a teenager. So, mag-stop na dayon ang imuhang if block. Kasi na may nag-true. Basta na nag-true, dili na siya pwede ilugon pa. Okay? Alright. So, muna lang na siya og kanang kuan. Imagine mo ni siya if kani siya o nakita na ba nimo ang impact forever para sa imuha. Example, kani siya dili ni siya para sa imuha. Di ato ka sa next, dili ni para sa imuha. So kani ang para sa imuha, then stop na dayon ang pag-process. Okay, so the same thing when you have 35, so 35 less than 0, that's false. So 35 less than 10, that's false. 35 less than 17, that's false. 35 less than 59, that's true. So display niya age, you are an adult. If in case na false tanan, let's say naaka sa 120, so false 3, false, 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 and then paabot 3 sa else, wala na siya laing choice, kundi i-execute niya na probably dead. Okay, so let's run the program now. So your age, input age, let's say 23. So, Janissa, you are an adult. Yan. Ano lang siya. Okay? So, 35 or 37, you are an adult. So, ibutan na to, 69. Actually, your age is 69, you are a senior. Anak, okay? So, that's for multiple if. Okay? Now, another is nested if. Say, unsa man yung nested if? Nested if is an if within an if. So when we talk about if within an if, inside of an if statement, there's another if statement. Example lang, kaning diri butangan nato ni siya another if statement. So kung mag-nested if na ganita, hello? Magamit ba ang elif? No, kasi other lahi na nga language. Lahi na nga language. Okay. Okay, so you have here, ang elif, same lang na siya sa else if. C++ else if lang imong gamiton. Okay, another example is, another is nested if. When we talk about nested if, it's an if within an if. Example lang, para ma-apply na nato ang if, nested if, maghimo kag another if condition, really saying na, if age is, so belong siya sa 59, pero gusto nato siya butangan og young adult, middle naman gunay middle adult o late adult. So example lang, no? Tanan age from 35, less than 35 ay young adult. Okay, you are a young adult. So yan, no? And then, so meaning, between ni siya sa basta tanan age na dili mag-senior, which is less than 59, to the range of 18. Okay? So this one, 18 to, sorry, ano na siya, 18 to 30s, 34. Okay? So mag-else if to tadre, then padulong siya sa, let's say, 50. Okay, so 50 to 35. Ang ato ang ano is this is middle adult. Example lang. And then ang imuhang, if you want na the rest, any age na from 51 to 59 is going to be, sorry, wait. Pwede na natin itagdag ang age. Ayan. So this is late adult. Okay? You're a late adult. So, or adulthood. So, Ana, that is an example of nested if. So, an if within an if. Okay? So, inside of this if, there's another series of if statement. Okay? So, you can actually, we can actually input, let's say, input tag 40. So, si 40, basahon po niya, 40 less than 0, false. 14 less than 10, false. 14 less than 17, false. 40 less than 59, or less than or equal to 59, true. So pag abot diri, nana po siya another condition, is it less than 35? Ang 40 ba less than to 35, false. Ang 40 pa less than to 50, that's true. So diri siya sa your age is you are a middle adult. So try na to, 40. And 40, and then your age is 40, you are a middle adult. That's it. So, you will only use, or you can actually, sir, mangutan ako, pwede ba ako magamit og braces diri bisan isa lang ako ang condition or isa lang akong expression? Pwede, no? Or isa lang ako ang statement? Pwede. It's in fact, mas okay na siya, no? Okay, pero nili siya necessary. Pwede na wala. Pwede na, pwede wala. Kano sa ako, sir, pwede magamit kung kano sa ako pwede magamit og this one, sir, kananay open and close parenthesis. Open and close braces. Pag na naka-nested statement or mag-nest na ka sa imuhang i-nested na nimo siya. Yan. Okay? Sige. Question? Do you have any question?
None, sir.
Wala, sir.
Alright.
None,
Sige.
sir.
Alright.
None.
None. Okay. So, karon ang if you are going to ask me asa magamit ang and, ang magamit nimong and if gusto ka og range values. Example, kani parani. If age, gusto ka na age is greater than or equal to 1, age is less than or equal to 10. So, kani siya, klaro imong programming, klaro imong codes na ang range niya is age daw is between 1 and 10. Okay? So, diha nimo magamit ang and operator. No? So, meaning dapat true ni siya at the same time true po ni siya para maging true ni siya. Pero para maging mo-execute ni siya. Example, kano sa man siya maging true? If ang numbers i-enter nimo or ang age na i-enter nimo in between 1 and 10. Unsa man ang mga numbers in between 1 and 10? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. O, dahil sayaw. O, bitaw. Tanan numbers from 1 to 10, in between 1 to 10, mao na siya ang true diri. So, sa kalahian na ato niya ganina, sir. Similar lang siya, but it depends on how you solve a particular problem. So, basically, sir, dili dahil necessary na naapat na and. Na ay instances na walay and, dili need na and. Na ay instances na magamit po nimo ang and. Okay? So, naay situations na dili pwede walay and. Okay, napoy situation na pwede nimo dili na gamitan og and. So, mo nay ginaingon nato na you are what you write depending on your algorithm, depending on your solution. So, nara na sa imo as a programmer kung saan nimo pag-solve imong problem. So, basta you will use and pag duha na kabuok expressions ang i-compare. So, syempre, if you are to ask me kung kaya to ganina na wala na magamit og and, mas better. Why? Kasi kani, ang imong compiler ani, i-read niya, i-read niya pikas, i-read na po niya sa pikas. Unlike kanina, straightforward lang na pag-read niya ani pag false, wala na. Pag-read niya ani false, wala na. Unlike kani, pag-read niya na pag true niya, i-compare na po siya sa other. So medyo daghan pa siya og atuan compare sa ato ang solution ganyan. But then again, it's okay as long as that is how you feel writing. No? And I mean, that is what you feel writing in your program. All right? Do you have any question?
Wala, sir.
Okay. So, there's one more. Daghan pa tag istoryan, pero kanina lang, mag-stop na tayo. Kay para we could relax. So, there's one more na what if, sir, medyo balik-balik, mangguning hi, name, your age is. Tapos, kani siya, sir, kay dili good. Pwede ba, sir, na instead na ibalik-balik na ako niya, sir, ano na lang na ako siya. Ano na lang ako sa isa na lang ka statement, sir, tapos isa na lang ka say out or something like that. Oo, pwede. You will do something like katong concatenation. Pero ang concatenation man good sa C++ is dili siya na nakadali. So we need an SS string for that. So which is SS string. And then let's say you have here a hold. So hold. Why can't you hold me? Without that, no? All right. So after that, kailangan tamag declare og value sa string string. Let's say we have here val. Okay. And then, yung buhaton would be, instead of cout, pwede mo siya like, for an instance, you have here val equal, ano itong kopyahon. So val, hi, name, your age is age. Ayan. And then, Tapos, we have here, let's say, hold, let's see, and then, atong i-capture lang kanilang mga, kanilang dili unique sa iya, no? You're a child, you're a fetus, mga anak lang. So, and then, you have here val, you are a fetus, and then, pwede na rin natin sa nato siya i-count. And then, yeah, sige, hold equals, so you have val plus str. Okay, and then, let's say, dili. So, this time, pangtanggalo na nato na siya. And then, remove it right here. So, kasi, no, if you could make your program na ma-lesson mo at the same time, medyo, yeah, as you can see, ang atong gibuhat karon is ipang i-shorten nato atong codes or statements in such a way na atong mga common na mga values or common na mga statements ato nato siyang ano na lang into this one. So this is what we call concatenation, no? So erase, and then tanggalan po ito appeal ang page. Okay, kasi medyo sa C++ man good pahirapan kung kung ang imuhang i-concatenate is number at the same time, number and string. Okay lang kung puro string. Kung puro string, pwede na ka magamit og concatenation operator na plus. Pero pag combination na ganina of string and number, age, no? Let's say int, dili na pwede basta-basta nimo imuhang ma-concatenate. So kailangan nimo og string stream. No ni siya si S stream, no? String stream which stands for S stream, mo ni siya ang library niya. And then right here, instead of imuhang buhaton ang cout nimo si kanina lang si or isa na lang imuhang i-display. Alright, so when we run our program, you would have, let's say, 56. So, hi, Junisha, your age is 56. You are a late adult. So, that's it, no? Na, ano nimo yung program in such a way na asa imong cout, isa na lang. Isa na lang ka nag-cout na sa baba. Okay? And then, i-concatenate na lang nimo, ibutang nimo sa val first ang atong common sa tanan na black, and then imuha na lang is i-concatenate na lang nimo ang unique. Every time mag-true siya, isumpay niya tong value ni val sa 15, no? Ang value ni val sa 15 na hi name your age is isumpay niya, i-concatenate niya to the value you are fetus if this is true. The same thing sa diri if you are a child, if this is true. The same thing right here. Okay, so question. My question, guys.
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Wala. So, nakuha tanan. Aham.
Sir, nakoy pangutana sir about sa hold.
Oh, napo ko itubag.
Kanang kuan sir kanang gamit ba sa hold kay para ma-hold ang value sa variable?
For this particular purpose, oo, gigamit atong hold para mag-hold sa para i-concatenate niya. Pero not necessarily na hold na siya. Pwede siya anything. Pwede na siya str, depende sa imuhang gamiton. Mas variable yapon siya. Lang hold kay para to represent na mag-hold siya og mga string values.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Welcome. So, is there any question? Sige, go ahead. Pa may question? Send na lang sa GC ang record, sir. Pwede. Basta send GCash. May question nila. Wala. Okay, sige, walay question. Alright, asa naman to si Kuan? Ako, si Marlene, no? Si Marlene?